Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Every morning a Roman soldier would fall out of bed, don his armour, grab his sword and two pilum and his shield, and he would march out and form ranks, and the signifier of the cohort would shout, "Are you ready?" 3 times, and the soldiers would reply, "I am ready." Every day of a Roman soldier's life, that's how he began his day. He would then go off and eat breakfast, which was usually consisted of a nice meat meal.
Definitely no sausages.
Definitely no sausages, they were illegal in Rome. And that is basically the type of person you're dealing with when you're playing Romans. Roman soldiers are the cutting edge of any military. Out of all the militaries that have existed in history, possibly with a slight exception of the Spartans, the Roman soldier is the best average soldier you will ever find, even to today. Now, they were fighting against Celts, and Celts had a rather odd culture. They didn't actually train to fight wars continuously. They just, most were farmers. Every year they would go out, collect the harvest, and then go and have a battle against whichever tribe had annoyed them in the intervening winter. Usually the soldiers would only spend a short amount of time actually fighting, but a long time running around, waving shields and charging, making the enemy run away. Roman soldiers, on the other hand, would be constantly on the march doing something, if not building something. They were always used as engineers. They're not building bridges, building forts. They would be actually deployed in combat. However, with the Celtic soldiers, they would engage in combat very close range and swing away with a sword or a spear trying to fight until he either ran out of energy or was cut down by whoever he was fighting against. The Romans, on the other hand, were in ranks of 8 men deep, so each soldier would spend a very short amount of time actually thrusting and stabbing at the enemy until he is relieved by the man behind him, and then again and again and again. So a Roman soldier would never get tired in battle. If you get to the stage where you're not in ranks and you're fighting in the open, a Roman soldier is basically dead. But in formation, Romans are awesome. And in many ways the rules do reflect that. In Hail Caesar, the rule system is remarkably simple. Kind of a Roman cheat. The rule system is remarkably simple, and your Roman soldier has a clash, which is an ability to actually march into the enemy and cause damage, of 7, and a sustained combat of 7, meaning that Roman soldiers are basically, they don't rush into battle, they just stand in ranks and fight constantly. Celts, on the other hand...
well, they have 2 different types of warband.
Yes, well, alright, we'll go by that first. Celts have 2 types of warband. They have large warbands and small warbands.
And this, I suppose, is large.
Yes, even though this is the contents of the box set, we're going to use these as large warbands because that's how many figures we've got, and we're trying to use as many figures as possible. So... large
warband have a clash of 11.
11 impact, yeah.
And can carry on fighting sustained for 8.
So they are really good at hitting the enemy.
And not
as good as fighting along.
But better than Romans.
But you're talking about the warband with 8 stamina. Now every regiment has a number of stamina, and that is the size or the ability of that regiment to take hits before it loses its morale, becomes shaken and then eventually destroyed. Read out the normal Celt.
Normal Celt, which has 6 hit points, is class of 9.
Which is again better than the Romans because they're impact troops.
And not actually very, very bad at sustained, which is 6.
Yes, so nowhere near as good as Romans. They get 1 less dice One other thing about the Romans is they have a pilum, or two pilums, and then a guy at the back carrying a lot of spares. The pilums is a javelin. Now the Celts have javelins, they throw javelins, but they're not basically long pieces of wood, either sharpened at one end or with a brass tip. Most were just actually sharpened wood. The British only use sharpened wood javelins. The Gauls tended to use a brass javelin because it was cheaper than wasting steel on something you're just going to throw away. These Roman guys, they have a pilum. Now the pilum, all pilums are identical, and the Romans made them into heavy pilums by adding a ring of lead. They basically had a ring of lead, and their first pilum they would throw would be a unweighted pilum, which would go quite a distance, about 20 yards. The thin end of the pilum would go straight through an enemy's shield. It was steel with a triangular shaped head. It would go straight through the shield of the enemy and either pierce the body of the enemy, which would be pretty fatal, or it would bend inside the enemy's shield, and the shield would now suddenly have a weighted pilum on it, which they couldn't use the shield anymore. So it basically disarmed the enemy. The Romans had a nice big shield to hide behind. They were also quite small. They were tiny people. They were like little hobbits. And they had this big shield to hide behind, whereas the enemy, even if they had a shield, the pilum would disarm them very quickly, rendering them basically running around with a sword or spear, where the Romans would be able to just hack away at them with the gladius. Then there was a weighted pilum, and that did a lot of damage, and that was for throwing higher into the air, and it would come down vertically on the enemy. So even if you put a shield above your head to try and stop it, it would go through your shield and through your head. It was absolutely fatal. Then you have to put up with the Romans stabbing you, and they were really good at that. So they're the two different types of troops we have in this box set, and they're the two different types of troops we're going to be fighting with today. It's quite a simple battlefield. We just put a bit of scenery on to make it look cool. You can see some nice little Celtic houses I knocked up this morning, and a fence which I actually built for my bolt action stuff. The two armies are quite simple. We've strengthened these to make them 8 stamina, as we already said. So there's 2 regiments with 8 stamina and a unit of slingers, and they also have a general. My troops have 1 cohort of Roman infantry, the 7th Augusta, 1 Scorpion, and 1 unit of Celtic allies. Yes, Celts fought against Celts. It's terrible, isn't it? Most of the Roman army was actually made up generally of allied troops anyway, so we're using some of these guys as Celtic allies just to balance the battle a little bit. And now we will simply begin. For those of you who have not played Hail Caesar before, you need dice, and my trusty sidekick who was supposed to get the dice out from it before never bothered doing it, so we'll just sort that out. So this is a nice sunny day in Gaul, and Britain, actually probably Britain, given the segmentata, and we are going to be fighting a little battle. Let's see who goes first. I'm going to roll this time because you roll.
No, you go.
You roll. I'm not bothered.
No, because you won last time.
That's interesting. That's lost interest. Go away. No, I want to do it. No, you do it.
No.
You do it.
You won last time.
No, you do it.
You won.
Right. This is basically to decide in what order you're going. It doesn't really make much difference in the long run.
1 to 3 will be me, and 4 to 6 will be him.
6, it's me. I go first.
Thank God for that.
Now I have a little general here, and I will zoom in on my troops so you can see how my awesome Romans are manoeuvring. So I have to roll for my general. My general is attached to this unit, which you will find out why later. And my general is going to order this unit here to
go forward.
I only want to move once, but we'll see what I roll. 6.
You move it once.
So I could technically move twice, but I only want to move once with this unit. So they are marching forwards into the enemy. I have two separate units and I'm going to try and roll for this one. I believe I'm out of range. Am I out of range? Well, I'm going to say I'm going to fire it. I will now measure to see if I'm in range. I am.
Only just. So you're not over nearly max.
I'm going to fire 2 bolts from my bolt gun. Sorry, I'm playing the wrong game here. And I'm going to fire 2 bolts into your disgusting, stinking Celts. Double 6. That's 2 direct hits through his face, and he takes 2 damage. Right, do you want to explain how that would work, Alex?
Well, I save on a 5+.
Yep.
And he just hit me, but because he's of max, I don't get -1. But I rolled a 3 and a 1. Both separate because he hit me twice, so that's 1 hit because I've got 1. My save is 5+, and then there's another hit because I've got 3.
That was really, really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, absolutely anything over 12 inches, you get a minus. You get a +1 to your save roll. However, he rolled really bad dice, so he's taken 2 hits on his unit over there. And I'm going to move these troops up. Oh, I can move more than once.
You sure?
Oh, right.
Sure.
I'm going to move twice. Only twice. And I'm moving up like this, so I can cover my flank with my Celtic allies. These are good, brave, good Celts, these ones. Not like those stinking Celts over there. And wash themselves in bear fat and oh no, that's the Gauls. Dog fat then, yeah, or goat fat, yeah.
And paint themselves blue.
And paint blue stuff all over their bodies,
which helps them a lot.
Yeah, which is weird.
Alright, my go?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to move this.
Right, and what do you wish to do with it?
You got me a sneaky suspicion there.
Well, first of all, his general, like my general, has a leadership of 8. Which means you roll 2 dice under 8. And for every 2 under, you get a movement point.
No, every 1 under.
Every 2 under.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to move this forward.
Hang on, I'm going to have to look that up now.
I'm sure it's
No,
one.
I'm going to read
One
it to you.
move
I'm
if
gonna
you
read
go
it to you.
1 and 2 moves if it's 2.
I'm going to read it to you. I'm not bothered now. I'm going to read it to you because you keep doing it.
Oh, go on. I was right last time. Might write this down. No.
Right, page number 80. Tell me what you're planning on doing.
Well, just only for the viewers, you have to put earbuds in. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my Celtic warriors, this group of Celtic warriors, into his pack of Romans, and this group, I'm going to try to maneuver them this way. So you should have earbuds in.
No, I'm listening to what you're saying because it sounds like a good battle plan to me. I'm thinking of changing mine.
And use these slingers as supports.
That sounds like a jolly good idea.
I think you should put more earbuds in.
Yeah, well, I've just learned what you're going to be doing, so I'm quite happy about that.
Cheater. That's how the Romans won all the battles in the spied and everyone.
Actually, the Romans tended to, certainly Republican Roman had really bad commanders, generally.
How?
It was, what would you call it? Amateur hour, really. Most were only given a job because they were in the Senate and they wanted to get some fame and fortune, and so they would wander off and fight a battle and get fame and fortune, or they would die. So generals in general weren't absolutely brilliant for the early Roman army. For the later Roman army, generals tended to come up through the ranks and be a lot better, but that's because of how the Roman army was organised. The Roman army wasn't an institution at this point. Sorry, it was by this point, it wasn't during the Republican days. So what your general does, he rolls 2 dice and he has to roll underneath the actual leadership of his on command. His leadership number, that's it.
Yes, which is 8.
Yeah, which is 8 in your idea. If you get 8 or 1 less, then the order is issued and acted upon immediately. However, if you get 2 or more less, then you get 2 moves. If you get 3 or more moves, you get 3 moves, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, sounds right.
See? Well, yeah, that's basically what we're saying.
Oh, right. Why are you looking over there? Right, so I'm going to roll.
You just destroyed my building. Right, you owe me for that.
I'm going to roll for these guys to move straight into the Romans. 9! I failed.
You failed.
But because my general is attached to this unit, he gets moved.
Right?
Pretty obvious what I'm going to do, I suppose.
He gets a follow me order. So basically the general moves on his own and the men just follow him out of shame.
Moving slowly towards the enemy. There we go. And that's done.
Right, my turn. This is how the turn sequence goes from now on. Whoever goes first every turn. Because it doesn't really make any difference in the long run. And it's just an easy way of keeping the game moving. Right, I'm just going to fire this. I don't have to spend any order points to fire, by the way, I can just shoot. So I'm going to fire this guy at those Romans, at those Gauls again.
And miss.
And I hit once.
No.
I'm drilled. Oh, over half range, yes, missed. Missed, good point.
Next turn that'll be count.
Marksman.
Next turn it'll count.
I missed with my scorpion, so that was a terrible shame.
What are your Romans going to do?
My Romans are going to...
Move forward once.
My Romans are going to stand exactly where they are.
Yeah, absolutely, stand still.
Yes, they're going to stand exactly where they are.
What about your spot?
They're going to stand exactly where they are too. I have no intention of moving.
Good. Right, I'm going to do exactly what I was going to do last time with supports.
So you're going to move them as one unit?
Yes.
Right?
One move.
One move.
So you just join up
6 inches
join
forwards.
them. So
Sorry, I caught him.
I'll call this time.
Yeah.
Blame me for everything.
With your supporting stone throwers.
They're called stone throwers.
Well, they are stone
They're
throwers.
called slingers.
Yeah, who throw stones? Well, not all the stones.
Right, that's it. Oh wait, no, them. They're gonna try and get straight into you.
You're going to charge.
No, they're
On
not.
a 10. No, not charging. However, you can move once.
I don't think I'm gonna take that risk.
So you're going to hold them back. Right.
Yes.
Right. That was a failure to issue a charge order, that was.
Yep.
And it returns to my turn.
It's dangerous going forward again.
I am now firing with my scorpion again.
Won it.
With 1 hit. And a save roll for his troops.
And a hit.
No, he takes a
Oh no,
casualty.
oh it's getting bad.
Yes, he's taking casualties quite badly. On the other hand, I am going to move that unit 1 move forward.
No.
Yes.
No.
6.
Yeah.
Well within command range. I'm going to move 1 unit forward on the flank of this unit.
It don't really matter to me.
And I am going to move my legionaries 1 move forward as well. Oh, definitely easy. Like so.
Yes. You might just go a little bit closer.
No.
Why has to get in the centre?
No, not the centre.
Oh, right.
Unit to unit. I'm going to throw 3 peelum at him.
My face.
They're the javelin things I told you about that the Romans like to use. And I take 2 hits in his face.
And I get no saves. I've got no saves this entire game.
He takes 2 wounds from my peelum. And then I'm throwing javelins from this unit into his flank. 1 hit.
No saves.
And
I
he
can't
takes
save.
a wound from there. So that was quite a good little throwing match I just did there.
Right, Madden?
Yes, your turn.
Right, it's pretty obvious. They're just going to move straight into him. Yes.
They're going to charge.
And this unit is going to try and go on his flank. Oh, like with these supports, obviously. They're going to go on the flank. Yes.
Yes. You're going to come round.
2 moves. So is that able to get?
Oh yeah, I'll gain.
Perfect. With my special general.
Unfortunately for him, he has just crossed my artillery.
You just fired it.
Fire.
You just fired it this turn.
Doesn't matter, I'm making a... It's your turn anyway. I'm firing in your turn.
No,
I'm firing a traversing shot into you. My artillery is just there, and that's where he is. So I'm going to put 2 rounds from my bolt shooter into your troops and 2 hit.
No saves, I can't save.
He takes 5s.
Yeah,
He takes 2
still
hits.
gets to do my attack on you now.
This one gets the same on this flank. Oh, 2 more hits.
What, you want it?
1 hit. He goes down to...
Right, now I can do my combat.
4.
Right. So I've got...
But I'm going to put a peeler into you as you come in.
Let's peel them.
Yeah. So you do your combat first.
No, because you're coming into me. You're firing at me. While I come in.
Alright, I'll put them into you. 1.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna throw my javelin, which is free, with my peltists. Oh, actually no. They have -1 in your save.
Yeah.
No, it's on them.
Right. Just explain what has a -1 on my save.
Oh, the slingers, because they're basically firing a musket ball in a sock.
Yeah.
It -1 to save because it's a musket ball going through you.
Yeah, it's basically, it's firing a steel...
Yes.
Well, in this particular case it will be a bronze bullet into me.
And I have three javelins for every unit, and I've got 2 attacking you, so I'm going to throw 6.
Yeah.
And
they all
2 hits.
2 hits. 1 save, 1 doesn't.
Right,
Take
and
one
now
casualty.
it's just clash. My clash is 11, so I got to roll this twice because you know my hands aren't big enough for.
And you're charging, so you hit on 3s.
I can reroll 3 missed hand-to-hand
And you
combat.
reroll 3 missed hand-to-hand combat.
Right, this group.
Ouch. Ouch again.
I hit 3 pluses, right?
Yeah.
Right, then 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, I will roll
11.
those saves. I save on 4s because I'm awesome Romans. So I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Ouch.
You're already on breaking point.
Makes me shaken.
Next living dice. I'm going to roll them 3 because they're the only ones I miss with. Right, that's all them hits.
I re-roll those ones.
I feel sorry for this Roman Legion. I really do.
Well, they don't usually operate on their own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my regiment is destroyed. Oh, I'll deal with that in a minute.
Yeah.
So
You need to explain why it's destroyed.
it's destroyed because I've taken 12 hits and I can only take 12 in total.
Yes, because you only can roll 12 with 2 dice.
Yes. So no, not 12 with 2 dice. It's destroyed because I've taken 12 hits.
Yes, meaning you can't.
I have
move them
stamina
around.
of 6.
Yeah, but you've been hit 12 this entire turn.
No, but I've actually taken 2 hits for every wound I've got.
Alright.
Yeah. Duh.
Dun, dun.
However, I do get to fight him back,
It was sustained.
which is the same as
It's
yours.
the same flash.
I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 hits altogether.
That's so separate.
Hang on,
For
I've got
both?
3 hits from my general. 7 hits altogether.
Okay, I've got 3 dice. Which way do you want to come? I've got 2 hits on them 2.
I'll put 2 on him and all the rest on the other one.
You really like that word, do you? Right, that one. All hits.
All hits. So that
All by 2.
he's over by 2.
We all destroy, so I have to roll.
No.
And 2. 1 hit.
1 hit.
Thankfully, I don't have to roll for that
So
roll
he's on 6.
because
So
your
that
hit is destroyed.
Roman legion is destroyed. Even with all their armour, they were completely outnumbered by massive regiments of Gauls. I'll now roll for my general to see what happens to him. He's dead.
Dead.
My general bought it. He got an arrow in the knee and he will never be seen again. It's such a shame. Actually, he was probably an incompetent idiot, so it's no loss to the Empire.
No, the Republic.
Empire.
Oh, it's the Empire at the time.
Yeah, basically. Unless we're in Gaul, in which case it would be the Republic, but who cares? I'm not counting. Alright.
Because...
Actually, Gauls stretch from France into Britain.
Oh, well, there you
all
go.
over. Technically, Gauls and Celts are the same thing. Although generally Gauls are nowadays, modern time, there's just the Gauls who lived in France. But there were a lot of them around.
Basically, you can't really do it.
No, but we will continue the game, basically on the principle that we're doing it as a little playtest.
Okay, your
So,
turn.
my turn, I'm just shooting. So, shooting there, I get 2 hits on your flank.
I try to roll that again.
Yeah.
That's 2
And
hits.
that puts you to 8, which means you take leadership test. And you -2 off the roll. Your leadership test is 2 dice. And you
8.
take 2 off.
6.
So you're on 6 on the skirmish. Infantry, hold your ground, disordered or retreat in good order.
Hold my ground. Because
Right.
there's nothing to be disordered.
You become disordered. Righty ho.
You have to...
My troops on the flank
You
here.
don't need to roll for them now? Because they've got nothing to support them anymore.
No, but as I said, we're going to carry on playing just
Oh,
to
yeah,
show
yeah,
what
play
happens.
test. No hits.
I got no hits on you, so that didn't do anything.
My
Over to
turn.
you. Yes.
Well, do I have to roll to fire my javelins at your face?
Yes.
Yes, I can move.
You could actually throw javelins anyway.
Well, I'm moving now.
Right.
Does that get me straight into your face?
You got a problem there because that unit's shaken, but you did roll a
That
5.
unit?
So yeah, that's 5. So yeah, you're alright. So you're going to attack me.
Yes, with my big clash.
Right. I'm going to evade.
I don't think you can.
Well, you rolled a 5, didn't you?
Yes.
You're shaken, so that gives you how many movement points altogether?
5. How many off is that? The general's right there.
Yeah.
5 is 8, so 3 moves.
-1 for being shaken.
2 moves.
Yeah. And I move 6 and 6 under my
You've got no
choice.
general.
I move twice.
You haven't got general, so you move once.
This is just for this unit running away.
Alright.
So I move twice.
Basically, that's the game then.
12 inches. And you move.
I'm not following up.
Well, you have to because you've ordered a charge.
Okay.
Now, if you'd have caught them, you'd have overrun them and massacred them because they're just rubbish at skirmish infantry.
Well, you can't. push back this
Unfortunately,
turn.
he didn't catch them.
Can I throw javelins in your face though?
Yeah, no reason why not. As I'm running away,
I've
you
got
can try and
slingers.
catch me with a javelin.
I've got slings with a -1. Want it?
You can't fire your slingers.
No, why not? Because there's ports.
No, but they're behind now.
Alright, so 3.
You've turned.
3 javelins.
1
Want it?
hit.
Oh, you can't save.
I can't save anyway. I'm rubbish.
So you got a hit.
So I take a hit. Oh dear, that's terrible.
Oh wait, you take all my dice, and I've got the biggest army, so I can have some dice.
Yes, you can have some dice back. Here you go.
They're that generous. Right, he is going to try and go into
No, he's
there.
not. He's disordered.
Oh yeah,
He's not doing anything.
Rotten.
Over to me. These ghosts come back.
Oh no.
No. Firing from him, obviously.
1.
1 hit
Save.
with a -1. What's your save roll?
Oh, hit.
Yeah. Well, your save roll's 5, isn't it?
Hit.
So your save roll will be 6. Why have you just taken a white dice that said 2 off? And
No, because it was I'm an 8.
oh, you're on 8. Oh, you've actually shaken now.
Yes.
Right. Oh dear.
Right,
And over to these. Well, I'm going to do the same here. I'm just going to lob javelins and hope they're not dead. 1 hit. It's worth a try.
Hit.
And it worked.
I don't have to roll that though.
No, but you do because you're both shaken. A 5 -1 puts you down to 4.
Retreat, solid.
Retreat disordered.
See, I know
Your
everything.
troops-
I know everything, seriously.
Your troops retreat
I'm so good at this
in a
game.
disordered way, which
Oops.
is very unfortunate for you. Right, and you have to roll for your slingers separately. Bear in mind they haven't been wounded, so
Yep.
they'll probably react a bit better.
Fine.
6. Which is, what is that? You already know all that?
Probably just push back.
It's retreat disordered.
Ah, attack the sin.
Yes. I thought you knew all these.
I thought it was push back 6.
I thought you laid in bed at night memorising them.
I forgot those skirmishes. I'm used to doing it for infantry.
I should point out, he usually plays the Jewish rebels.
This is why I find it easier to play Jewish rebels.
They're a better army than this one, to be honest. But hey, Gauls are fun. I'm going to enjoy playing against them.
My turn.
Yes, you have to leadership test to take on these guys too, because they're wounded. If you take an injury while being wounded, you have to take a leadership test. Shaken side. 8, 7.
Hold your ground without penalty.
Hold your ground without penalty. Yes, so you hold your ground.
Right,
It is now your turn.
I'm gonna...
They retreat disordered, didn't they?
Yes, I'm going to stop.
So they're disordered. So he has to wait until next turn before he can...
They're not disordered though!
They're not disordered, they can move this time.
Oh, nice, 5.
Oh, you can definitely get it.
I'm going to you then.
I thought you would.
And you can't evade because you're a big structure.
Oh no, I can't evade.
But you have some sort of wall.
Yes, I have a defence.
There should be no defence.
I have a defence, not against that many dice, but I do get to shoot at you as you come in. I get 1 hit on you.
Hit.
Which is a casualty, and you have to take a leadership test because it's
combat first.
Because you're shaken.
Combat first.
No, but you're shaken charging in.
Then I'll do combat. Come on. There you go.
5.
7.
7. It's not 7, you're shaken, remember?
7.
Yeah, but you're shaken.
Oh, right. So 7, 6 then.
So you will come up short.
I have 5 moves. 3 moves.
Oh yeah, you rolled really low. Yeah. Despite being shaken.
Right.
So you still hit them.
Yep. Alright, 3 javelins.
You'd have killed them anyway with the javelins.
3 javelins. 2 hits. Oh, you can't save. Anyway.
Oh, no, can. 3 plus.
Okay.
Oh, 4 plus. Yeah, plus 3,
Alright,
plus 3, 4 plus, 4 plus.
Plus my 3 generals, which I forgot last time.
Didn't you have the general last time?
No. But
Well,
you were
fair,
destroyed anyway, so...
Well, it wouldn't have been any difference, would it?
No.
It would have been a more spectacular defeat.
Yeah. I don't get to re-roll this round, do I? Because
No,
it's the second
no.
round, and I don't hit 3 pluses because it's the second round.
Yeah, you do get to reroll.
Do I?
Yeah.
It says first round of combat. Oh, in that round.
In that round, yeah.
I'll roll them for you then.
So,
Oh,
Right.
yes.
I'll roll your dice. Because
Yes.
I can't even count how many of them dice hit me.
It's 11. Oh,
Yeah.
it's 12. That's 12 dice.
12 dice.
And it's 12 hits.
Oh. I only take 4 hits, however, I've only got 3.
Yes, goodbye.
So I am shaken by 2. So, shaken by 1. So that's very unfortunate for me.
Yep.
I take a leadership test and I am artillery, so chances are my crew are just going to run away.
And I'm going to overrun you anyway.
Yeah, you're going to overrun me anyway.
7
8.
minus 4.
So
Not 8, minus
7
4.
minus 5, I'm shaken.
Alright then. Oh, you're gone.
5, break if shaken, I'm shaken.
Yeah,
So
come on.
my crew run away.
Yeah, anyway.
And the Celts get hold of this this Scorpio and go, what's this? How's this work? Oh, so complicated, I don't understand.
They
That's the barbarians.
just have a bonfire.
Or they might just burn it, or maybe they pray to it. I don't know, they're pretty savage people, aren't they?
No, they'll just take it home and use it as a trophy.
Yeah. I want to inflict casualties on you on principle though.
You just did that.
No, with my close combat.
You just failed.
No, I inflicted a casualty on you, didn't I?
Okay. Hit.
Have you saved once during this game?
No.
No. Doesn't make any difference to him. Right, more dead ones.
I have
Now-
to roll though because I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, now we are over to these guys. Over here. Oh
I'm
dear.
saying you're dead.
Oh yeah, I think I'm dead as well. But it's fun doing it, isn't it?
No, it's annoying. And if you evade once more, you're lost because you're out of the battlefield.
I'm just kind of actually these guys.
Oh, you're not.
10. I'm not.
Oh,
So
yes.
I can't even throw.
Oh, I can't wait.
So I'd say game's over, wouldn't you?
I'll duck him out. Right, I'm now going to move. I move.
Ah, you only move once.
Javelins.
Stick javelins
I'm
in.
not running, so just use counting this time. On our show them separate because they were disordered last round.
Yes.
They don't follow up.
No. But
Okay.
your javelins, and I got no save rolls, so you should do some pretty bad damage to me.
That's 3 hits.
3 hits.
You're over.
Over.
Oh, no, you're not. You're not over.
I am.
You're shaken.
I've shaken, but I'm over. I mean, I am shaken. As in,
Roll.
I'm dead now.
Roll. -4.
-4.
No, -3.
I'm shaken.
5. Range attacks.
Break. If shaken, I'm shaken.
And the Gauls are victorious. Celts are victorious.
Yes, my Celtic allies are the last ones in the field, and they run away like cowards.
I told you, the Celts are way better than
See,
Romans.
they're not proper Roman citizens, these Celts. You see, they're just not. They don't work hard enough. So that was a little playtest of what you can do with the contents of the Hailseeds box. His Celts wouldn't have actually lasted as long had they been smaller units, but we did decide to do them as 8 stand units because
Actually, you would have won if they were small units.
I'd have won, yeah.
But,
But-
we're using the entire contents of the Conquest of Gaul, if they can see it over here.
Yeah. So we're just using the the Conquest of Gaul box set, and we had the way we've worked it out, because we've got skirmishers mixed in with them. We decided to there they are, nice little shiny skirmishers.
Which, fell asleep during the battles, so they're going to get a little bit of punishment when they get there.
Yeah. Although they'll swear blind that they were part of it all the time.
Yeah, but even though the people who they were sporting didn't see them.
No. They're rubbish, really. So yeah, we decided to base up the skirmishers from the regular box. Otherwise, we would have had enough figures to do 3 complete regiments. Which the Romans would probably have stood slightly less chance, but it would still have been fun watching all your regiments run away.
That's the one.
Yeah. Had the Romans had 2 legions on the battlefield, or any other unit other than artillery and javelin,
The 2 legions are going to be able to destroy, because knowing you'd use them as supports.
yeah, you know how I play Romans, then, do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Meaning they would have been destroyed with them.
Yeah, I don't normally send legions off on their own. I usually have them supporting each other, mutual.
Yes, but meaning if he loses 1 round of combat and he rolls a 2 on his supporting troops, he just lost a legion for no apparent reason.
Which did happen.
Yes.
We actually played a game where that unfortunately happened, and I actually lost the battle because
Yes,
of it.
and that was the Parthians.
Yes.
Elephants.
No, it was against the Jewish revolt guys over the river.
Oh yes.
It was over the river. You came over the river and you were disordered, and I thought I had a
Yes.
turn, so I moved my artillery instead
Yes.
of firing them. Yeah, so
And
I ended
then
up
I attacked
not
you,
able to
and
shoot anything.
You couldn't help. You won, so you lost both legions.
Yeah, and then every turn you moved, I couldn't shoot at anything because you were moving across my.
And right next
my
to you,
thing,
so
yeah.
you can't fight.
So that was useless actually, but this game was quite fun. We're going to have a proper battle with Celts. I'm going to have to be.
You're probably going to see me complaining a lot because playing Gauls is a pretty hard rule system.
Yeah, the Gauls are, certainly from reading the army lists, they don't look to be, other than their impact, their initial impact and overall combat, they've got pretty poor save rolls, only a 5+, which is relatively poor compared to Romans and stuff. And obviously against Romans, then they're going to have -1, so they've got a save roll of a 6. Their sporting infantry have no save roll whatsoever. So yeah, the Gauls are going to die pretty quickly. I think what you have to do to win with Gauls is get them in there and finish the enemy off.
That's what I did, and it worked.
Like in this battle we just fought, he just charged straight into me and swamped me with sheer weight of numbers.
22, but I didn't put my general to it because I'm stupid.
Yeah, so it would actually have been 25 dice.
Yes,
Initial
it
combat.
mattered because you got 12 hits.
Yeah. So, but all the same, it can be interesting. So there we have it. We've played a little skirmish game with them. I hope it gives you an idea of how it plays. It's certainly a really cool rule system, and I like these figures. These are quite fun, and we're going to be getting more Gauls in the future and going to do some proper big Celtic battles. So this has been me talking to you and doing a game, and that's been him winning a game again, which is what he does.
No, actually, it's the first time winning 3 times.
Is it?
Yes.
Did I actually win a game?
I won the Fortress Siege ages ago, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you did. You set fire to my siege engines.
Yes.
Which
But then you won me with the other game. I forgot what it was now because my brain is melted.
Yeah, because you put all the troops outside the fort, so I just snuck in the fort while you weren't looking.
No, actually, I knew you were there. It's just I couldn't move.
Yeah, you keep rolling really bad
So
command
I
dice.
really hit the bow one.
Yeah. Right, so there we have it. That is the end of the game. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my trusty sidekick for playing the game. And leave a like, leave a comment,
And
subscribe, and all that other stuff. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Vespasian and my trusty sidekick. Good day.
See ya.